Hello guys, I hope you're having a good day. Welcome back to Sophia Live. So 2 days ago, Kotu Secretary General Francis Atwoli made a very controversial statement saying that the government should use the AI, artificial intelligence, to track people who are saying Ruto must go one term and people who are criticizing Ruto on social media, so that in the future when they apply for jobs, the government denies them. So this is exactly what Francis Atwoli said. With the help of artificial intelligence, we will scan through social media accounts of job applicants to identify anyone who participated in protest. If your name shows up, no job for you. This is Francis Atwoli's words. So heartbreaking. And now, lawyer Miguna Miguna is responding to Francis Atwoli. And this is Miguna Miguna. In fact, Miguna Miguna is saying that Francis Atwoli has no moral capacity to lecture people on what to do and what not to do. So this is Miguna's response to Francis Atwoli. It says, Kenya's shame to the world, a so-called trade unionist, a thief and murderer, threatening peaceful protesters who love their country more than the buffoon loves primitive bling bling. Gen Zs should teach him a good lesson. This is Miguna's message to Francis Atwoli. You see, the problem we have in this country is the likes of Francis Atwoli, who believes that the people, Yani Francis Atwoli believes that he has a right as a Kenyan to express himself in whatever forms he likes. But other Kenyans don't have a right to do so, because the protesters have a right to demonstrate. People have a right to demonstrate, to protest. The Constitution has given people the right to do so, to express themselves in a very legal way. And protesting is not illegal. Protesting in our country is not illegal. So the likes of Kina Francis Atwoli believes that only people like him are the one allowed to express themselves, whether they want to shout, to sing, to I don't know. But he believes that he is more Kenyan than other Kenyans. Francis Atwoli believes that he is more Kenyan than other Kenyans. He believes that people are not supposed to criticize President William Ruto. He believes that it is wrong for Kenyans to demonstrate. It is wrong for Kenyans to protest. This is really wrong. This is really wrong. A government must be reminded to do what Kenyans are expecting them to do. Kenyans going to the street to complain, to protest against abductions, extrajudicial killings, and enforced disappearance is not a bad thing. It's just a way of telling the government, you are wrong. You are wrong. You have to do the right thing. So Atwoli coming out and urging the government to ignore these people when they apply for jobs is very wrong. Atwoli has been employed for over 40 years. So he doesn't know about being jobless. He doesn't understand the pain that the young people in this country are going through. He doesn't understand what it feels to be in the university for 6 years, for 4 years. And then you end up 15 years later, 10 years later, you don't have a job. Atwoli doesn't do that. They are urging the young people to start businesses. But the environment, the kind of environment we have right now, does it even support that people to run their businesses? It is not. Many business people are shutting down their business. So when Atwoli says that vijana should consider doing businesses in an environment whereby majority of the already existing business are shutting down, it is so wrong for people like Kina Francis Atwoli to think the way they are thinking. Atwoli should let everyone, because that person who goes to the street, it's not that he's going there because he hates this country. In fact, people are protesting, loves this country. They just want to see a working system. A system that favors all Kenyans. Not a system that favors a particular group of people and leave out others. Atwoli, I think, should apologize, because that is a very wrong statement to make. He should put himself in the young people's shoes, to understand what it feels to be jobless, to start a business and you end up closing it 1 year later or 2 years later. These people who are on the street have tried even doing businesses, but it is not picking up because the economy is not favoring them. Kenyans are now going for basic needs. So if you open a business of selling clothes, perhaps the sales are not going to be good because Kenyans are now struggling. What they want is food on the table. The rest is extra. So I think Ruto should ignore listening to people like Kina Francis Atwoli. If Ruto wants to take this country forward, he should not listen to people like Kina Francis Atwoli, because I believe that the likes of Kina Francis Atwoli are the one who are letting this country down. You look at Kotu, all people are old people. Hata wapati vijana space ya kufanya kazi huko. Atwoli, Kotu is full of old people, but he is there just trying to condemn young people for demonstrating. The young people also want to have money in their pockets. The young people also want to enjoy the fruits of their education. Imagine spending like 8 years in primary school, 4 years in college, and then at the end of the day you get nothing. Really, does it make sense now that people have to go for other countries to for modern day slavery in form of doing jobs and all that? The young people who are protesting, they love this country very much, and their only plea is this. Their only demand is this: we want a working system, end corruption, end abductions, end killings of the young people. We don't want over taxation. Hospitals we cannot even afford are not even having drugs or medicine. Unaenda hospitali unatuma uende ukatafute dawa nje. Education, schools, the principals are complaining. Help, it is a blunder. The other day, the PS education was saying that we have like around 60,000 students who are not going to get the help fund. So what are they going to do? And for Atwoli believes that Kenya should not complain with all these things that is going on, with all this madness that is going on. Atwoli believes that Kenya should be silenced, that Kenyans should remain silent. They should not complain. This is wrong. Ruto is not the only president who is being criticized worldwide. You go to social media and you see how Americans are insulting Donald Trump, a man who has been in the office, I think, is it even a year imepita kweli? No, less than a year. But he's being insulted left, right, and center. Samia Suluhu is being insulted right, left, and center. The president all over the world are being insulted and criticized. Not because Kenyans, not because these people hate their country. No, they just want a good system for their particular country. An opportunity for all, not an opportunity for specific people. Come on, Francis Atwoli, you can do better than that. The kind of advice you can give a president at your age. And then you say that the people, the vijana wanaheshima, they insult people. Imagine talking like that at your age. The kind of advice you are issuing out. That is not the kind of advice you can be telling the government or the president. You should be speaking wise words, encouraging words to the young people of this country. Because the majority of Kenyans are losing hope. Majority of Kenyans are depressed. So you should be issuing encouraging words, not words like these. People are looking for jobs. People are tired. People are so depressed. And the only way you think is for government to deny them opportunities simply because of protesting. Come on. Come on. It is really, reading some of these things is really painful. It's really painful and sad. So I think it is good that for Miguna Miguna to correct Francis Atwoli and reminding him who he truly is. Because he's not even 100% perfect, but he wants to play a perfect man in all these. This is not the way to go. So I think that is it from me for now. Thanks for watching, and this is a Sophia Live.